Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live, as we're recording and not whenever we post it, broadcast of the Church Guys podcast. I'm Brett. I'm the firefighter. This is
Quentin Locke. I'm the student.
And this is
Greg Locke. I'm the preacher.
And lastly and leastly,
I'm DJ Free, and I'm the IT guy.
And we make up the Church Guys podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Invite some friends, listen with us, learn with us. If not, we're still going to have some fun even by ourselves. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about sports, any kind of issues going on, church stuff, personal stories that we can relate to, anything else we decide to. Hello, come on now. We're going to have some good time today. And I am going to talk about the best thing ever, showing A&M well above Texas. Texas isn't even a discussion in this thing. It's called the AP. Top 25. Hello, come on with it. What y'all think about that?
One word. Overrated.
Accurate.
Overrated.
Yeah, I do think Ohio State is overrated.
As usual.
Yeah, as usual. So we got two different ones. There's the right one, and then there's one that's really screwed up that DJ wanted in there because they talked about the Longhorns. So really quickly, take out your note, folks. Here we go. We're going to go through the top 25. 1, Alabama. Go figure. 2, Ohio State. 3, Georgia. Okay, that's reasonable. We'll talk about that in a little bit here. 4, Clemson.
Too
5.
Too high.
But yeah, actually, let's go through. Y'all say high or low whenever we hit that, okay? So too high, we got that one. All right, Notre Dame at 5.
All right.
Yeah, they're about right.
I'm going to say too high. I'm going to be different, okay? They are Snoop Dogg. They're way high. All right, number 6, Texas A&M.
Too high.
Low.
Way too high.
7, Utah.
All right.
8 is Michigan. 9, Oklahoma.
Way high.
Yeah, they're way too high. They're way
Too
too high
much
up
turnover, too much change.
Mhm.
Yep, for sure.
10, Baylor.
All right.
We got Oregon coming in at number 11.
Ooh, if they survive the first 2 weeks.
If they can get it.
Yeah.
Number 12 is Oklahoma State.
Too high.
Yep, too high.
We got NC State coming in at 13.
Unknown.
Yeah. Number 14, exactly. 14 is USC.
Unknown.
Yeah. 15, Michigan State.
All right.
16, Miami. That's going to be A&M's first test right there. So they're probably going to bump up.
Iffy.
17, Pittsburgh.
High.
I don't think the Steelers got it this year. I'm just saying. 18 is Wisconsin.
Who knows?
They're always
They're
a touch
Big
and
Ten
go.
balls, so
Yeah.
I think probably 18 is probably even right there.
Yeah,
I follow Wisconsin as much as I follow Texas, just because it's Wisconsin. That's
Packer Nation.
yeah, exactly.
Whenever you have nothing else to do, I get it.
They're a lot like Oklahoma this year. They have a lot of turnovers, so it's going to be kind of touch and go.
Yeah. Speaking of turnovers, which Arkansas caused a bunch of A&M turnovers, they're at 19.
Good.
Kentucky at 20.
Never know.
I know.
They're always a toss up.
Hey, man. SEC ball. Ole Miss,
I think
21.
they're a little low.
Ole Miss?
Yeah.
I think they're low, too.
Yeah.
I think they got a darn good football team.
Yeah.
Kiffin is a good offensive
Dude, he's
minded
yeah,
coach.
no doubt.
He's
And
amazing.
He's always going for it on 4th down. He's going to lose a couple of games, but I think he'll surprise
They did lose the
Yeah.
defensive or offensive coordinator to Oklahoma, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
So
they
we'll
did.
see.
Yeah. It's always a new year with all new coaches and losing out, a bunch of your starters and everything. But
Wake Forest was way over their head last year. That's an excellent group. I think they're not even at 25 when we're done.
Wake Forest at 22. I don't even know if they'll come
I think
in.
Cincinnati is low.
Cincinnati at 23. They were we were talking about the playoff Final Four last year, and they're coming at 23. And I don't know if they've had a whole lot of changes. I haven't even looked at their
they
team.
did
To be
lose
honest
their
with you,
quarterback.
They
That's
lost
a
it.
big position.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but
monster
they should be
field.
middle of the
Desmond
pack,
Ritter
though, huh?
was
honestly.
really good for them.
But if they can maintain that defense, I mean that'll be pretty good.
But they played in the American, so they should.
Oh
Be
yeah,
top
all
10
these lower
probably.
classes, they'll especially if they maintain their being undefeated. Houston at 24 and BYU at 25. You just never know about those
Ambivalent.
teams, but yeah. But what does that say? The first 4 teams outside the rankings are Tennessee, Texas, Iowa, and Penn State.
So basically, they got enough votes to be on the list.
Those 4 will
Yeah.
be in it at the end of the year.
Man, Penn State, they made some head change, but not as much as Iowa. Iowa and Iowa State
Iowa's complete,
always
yeah.
make some head turns,
Yeah, they'll be
and
in.
they'll be in there. And
Yeah.
you never know.
Here's my thing. You ready for this before we start off? They should not do a top 25 until the 4th week.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
You don't
That's
know who's
very true.
there. Injuries happen.
You're
4
playing out
weeks
of conference
in,
play.
You see who you got.
Yeah.
The only reason they do preseason top 25 though is to get some drama preseason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, when you got
This
A&M,
team's not in the top 25.
when you got
but this
A&M
team
playing
is.
the school of the blind, halt, and the deaf, why
That's
does it
right.
matter? I mean,
Yeah.
Hey, giving them
by
some
the
money.
fourth,
They didn't
by
see
the
it coming.
fourth week, they've already beaten 2 of them. You know, so we'll see what happens.
But you know what's crazy about all this is Alabama. I think this is the 5th or 6th year that they've been ranked number 1 in the preseason polls.
But until
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
knocks them out, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just
Hey,
they are.
The thing is they're always at the end of the year in the talk, year in, year out. Why wouldn't you keep talking about them? Because it proves it doesn't matter if their quarterback moves up. Well, what did y'all say that Saban said it was a rebuilding year last year, right?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Okay, finished second. Hello.
Yeah.
That's not too bad for a rebuilding year.
Exactly.
Well, you know, and on that, I
But
mean, if you look at it, I think I read a stat the other day that in the last 9 years, Alabama's been ranked number 1 58 times.
Why not?
Yeah, but they've earned it though.
Exactly.
They have earned that.
They've put it out there.
And Saban, man,
So-
I know people hate him because he's just good, but he knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
he can direct a deadgum squad. It's just like me and everything I do except opposite. So, so the only difference really that you want to talk about, Colin Cowherd, he's got Tennessee and Texas. Oh, you got Louisville.
And SC number 3.
Man, he's got a ton difference, doesn't he?
UCLA's in there. At 6.
Did he pick
I don't
everybody that's not on the list? and
Yeah,
put
pretty
them in?
much. I think he went. Who's not
This
on the
is-
list, and I can put it in the top 25.
I mean, he's got North Carolina. That's, good for him.
When you get Nebraska at number 8, you know you're doing something
I think
wrong.
you just ignore
Yeah.
it. Let's go on.
Yeah, well,
I just don't know.
I just
too
thought it
much
was a
about
funny
that.
thing to like throw in there and be like, "What is this guy doing?"
Yeah.
But you know what?
I don't agree with his rankings at all.
The thing is, week 3, that could be a possibility.
I mean,
You
it
just
could be.
Never know. You never know what's going to come out. I mean,
Injuries and hot
Yes.
streaks, man. You never know.
well, and like my boys, the fighting Texas A&M Aggies, we have no quarterback. We have no identity at quarterback. The only identity we got is our coach. That's it. We got a really good defensive team coming back.
But you lost your coordinator.
But we lost our. We did,
Yeah.
but we still got head coach. That coordinators don't matter. It's
The
fine.
head coach,
We're good.
yeah, whatever.
That's just
I
a
got a
coach.
question.
I thought you got a quarterback guru for your coach. Is what I kept reading a couple years ago.
Yeah, see, that's why we got rid of that guy, so we can, have a better guru for.
Well, here's the thing: A&M. I think this is what their 4th time being in the top 25 Does anybody know?
Ever? No.
No,
No, I'm
That's
just talking about
incorrect.
in the last
Probably in the
4
We were in the
seasons.
top 25 every week last year.
No, I'm talking about in the preseason poll, starting out.
Ever for real?
Ever?
Surely not.
No.
4th time in a row.
Oh, fourth time.
Oh.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry, I should
You have to use
specify
words.
that.
I don't know.
I mean, didn't you go back to the Sumlin days? You can't count that.
No, yeah, I mean, you
Because
can't count those at all.
Jimbo is Sumlin 2.0.
Oh, no. Don't you cuss at me like that.
same record,
Yeah,
same record in the same amount of time.
That's true.
I mean, he's got a
That's
point
true.
there.
No,
I mean,
no
it's
doubt.
kinda
But I will
sad.
say, for someone's credit, he did have Johnny football, which got him a lot of wins. So I think
Yeah.
Jimbo
Yeah.
is a little better
But
in
he
that
didn't
respect.
have the recruiting after that.
No, he didn't.
That's crazy, wasn't it?
He pushed a lot of people off, and I really don't know why.
Well, Johnny football was underrated as a recruit, though. Not even Texas.
No. I was
recruited
saying
him.
that they didn't. They should have hauled in the recruits after Johnny Manziel was there.
Right. And remember that, I can't remember what year it was, but it was 3 quarterbacks are all fighting, right? And then
Tannehill.
one of them went to Arizona and
Yep.
followed
Oh, yeah.
Sumlin. And then another one left and he went, I don't remember. They all just dispersed and we didn't even have a single one left that was worth it. You know,
Kyler
every other one
Murray.
was just
Still don't.
terrible. And still don't have a quarterback. I mean, it looks terrible out there.
Well, since we're talking about quarterbacks, I have 2 questions for you.
Okay, I have
Since
multiple
you're the
answers.
since you're the A&M expert. Number 1, what happened to the kid from last year?
He's still there. Wait,
Wayne-
are you talking
The
about
Zach-
the hurt one?
Oh, Calzada's gone.
No, he
Yeah.
left.
He left.
Calzone
Okay.
went somewhere else.
Yeah.
He went to Auburn, Calzada.
He did.
Oh, so he transferred
Yes.
out.
And
Okay.
the
he transferred-
LSU quarterback transferred.
He transferred in.
And he
Max
wasn't good at
Johnson.
LSU.
Well, see
No,
that
he's not great.
that ties into my next question.
So we got,
So who do you think Jimbo Fisher? Because he hasn't picked a starter yet.
and we still have King. in
So
the
who do you
mix as
think he's
well.
going to pick between Johnson and King?
I have no idea.
I
I
will-
have no idea.
Who's the walk on? Just kidding.
Yeah. But he at least has more experience than the other ones.
Yeah, he
I
does.
think.
Really is a
I mean,
walk-on?
yeah.
I'm
No,
just
not
kidding.
a walk-on.
I'm
A
just kidding.
transfer.
Okay, I was kidding.
Sorry.
the
transfer.
kid
Johnson.
from LSU?
Yeah.
Johnson or whatever
I
his
don't
name
know.
is?
Max
I have
Johnson.
no idea, man. I have no idea.
The thing about King, he came out of high school, and they were thinking he's going to be the next Johnny football because he can scramble, but he got hurt 2 seasons in a row.
And it's affecting him now.
And his first game last year, he threw 3 picks, had 2 touchdowns.
And then got hurt.
And then he got hurt the next game.
And that's when that Zach kid
he's
came
an unknown.
And then Calzada thought he was the best thing ever. And oh my goodness.
After beating Alabama.
That just shows you how good our defense was because it kept the offense off the field so long. Or, you know what I mean? Like they were out there, they were getting their job done, and the offense didn't have to do a whole lot because we were pretty good on defense. But my goodness.
And then Alabama comes into College Station and thinks they can roll the helmets out and win.
Yeah.
And then didn't.
That's right. That's exactly right.
I will say that I would have never been more happy that a Texas team beat Alabama.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I will gig the horns all day, every day when it comes to teams like Alabama and Oklahoma.
Yep.
I'll be gigging those horns like crazy. I promise you that. But other than that, we are the original university in Texas.
So since we've
brother needs to know that.
Since we've talked about A&M, let's move to Texas. So they are ranked outside of the top 25.
No problems.
They got 100.
We don't need that pressure.
They got 164 votes.
Mr. 5 and 7.
And then Tennessee was above them at 180. So here's my question for the group. So basically, everybody's saying that the reason that Texas didn't break the top 25 is
because they stunk last year.
Well, there's that, and then you have the injury to Isaiah Noir, who's out. Junior, what's it? Angulau, yeah.
It didn't affect
for the season. And then you have an unproven depth at quarterback and the offensive line.
I think.
Do we agree or disagree?
I think 5 and 7 got them out of the top 25.
I agree with not being in the top 25, primarily because we lost to Kansas at home and we let them put 50 on us, and we went 5 and 7 last year.
Yeah,
and we're totally unknown. I think it'll be a good season in the positive direction, but I don't want that pressure right now to put on the kids and be like, oh, we got to live up to these expectations. Right now, let's just win one game at a time and go from there.
So do we think Texas could be a sleeper team this year?
Yeah, they'll be asleep the whole season.
Said the Aggie, okay?
My answer, yes. I think Quinn Ewers is going to have a good season. I think Bijan Robinson is going to be in the top 3 of the Heisman watch.
You know, he has his own mustard now. Bijan's Dijon.
Bijan's mustard.
Yeah, it's sold at all your local family trees.
The only thing that worries me at quarterback
dollar and dollar trees
for Texas is everybody behind Ewers. I mean, because basically you have
Hudson Card, and
I don't have a lot of faith in that guy though.
Yeah, but he's got more experience, and he's probably got more talent than most starters do at other colleges besides your top 10 colleges. You know, he could probably go and start at A&M right now.
Oh, he could.
Easily,
no doubt.
and probably lead them to a 10-win season.
I mean, anybody could go start at A&M.
No doubt.
Okay. All right.
I could come off the street. I could come off the street and go start for A&M.
I'm being serious. I'm being
It'd
totally
be nice
objective
for somebody to have a winning season at Texas for going down that road. Hello.
But I don't know. I can't get behind.
Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. That's going to be fine. It'll be fine.
Because after that, they have a slew of.
Well, you have Malik Murphy, who's a true freshman.
They have a lot of freshmen this year.
He's 6'5", 230. He's like Vince Young 2.0 in terms of physicality,
and leadership.
Yeah. Let me throw this at you. So I pulled the stats on Card for the last.
Oh, you can't. It's a different
5
line.
or 6 games.
It's a different line.
But yeah, I mean, it is a different line. But this just kind of gives you an insight. I mean, there were a few games that they have stats on here for, but that he didn't. You can tell he didn't play. I mean, the Rice game back in September of last year, he has 2 for 3 attempts, 28 yards. I mean, he played maybe 1 or 2 snaps.
That's because Thompson started that game after the Arkansas collapse.
Debacle.
Then he didn't play in Texas Tech at all versus them. He got in versus Iowa State, but I feel like he got in on that one because it was a shutout. It was 30-7. But I mean, he had a good line on that one. He went 14 for 23, 101 yards and 1 touchdown. So I don't know. I still felt like he has a lot to prove to me.
I totally agree. This is going to be the main question for Texas. Can our defense make stops when we need to? Because if the defense can make stops, the offense is going to be there. We have Sarkisian, who is one of the best minds offensively for college football. So
I think in the words of Matthew McConaughey, they'll be all right. All right. All right. Hey, man, as long I couldn't remember his name, but our A&M's running back is Devin O'Connor.
A-Chain?
He was really behind Spiller last year, and they said that he had his breakout season last year.
They changed him. He'll be good.
He's a top 10 running back.
And they got some good receivers, but they ain't got nobody to throw to.
We have to have somebody spread it out. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
No.
But I didn't know.
That's what Texas experienced last year. Fill the box up and you're done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no doubt. Well, he almost broke 1,000 yards last year, and he had nine touchdowns.
And they had a quarterback that could throw. He was decent.
Well, he wasn't that great, but he could at least throw the ball around.
Yeah.
But he was really almost one-dimensional.
We'll see what happens.
Hopefully,
that's why they play the games, right?
Yep.
That's it.
That's exactly right. So from going from the top 25, we're going to go take a look at the bowl projections as to basically if the playoffs started today after those.
Before a snap.
Yeah.
So, of course, they've got, this is according to CBS Sports. If the playoffs happen today, of course, they have Alabama at 1, Ohio State 2, 3 is Georgia, 4 is Oklahoma, 5 is Clemson, 6 is Texas A&M.
Again, they're going off of history, man.
Yeah, for sure they are.
I don't see Clemson or Oklahoma in the picture.
In the playoffs, I definitely don't. I honestly, if we can't find identity at A&M, we're not even going to be top 10, top 15. We might finish top, 20 to 25. I see another 8-4 season. If we can find our identity, maybe we can get that 9-3, but we're not going to be in the top.
Because if you're questioning a quarterback, there's 21 other people
no doubt
on the field that are questioning quarterback.
No doubt
about it. That's what's sad.
Yes. No doubt.
I'm not, you know me, I'm not an Aggie person. I'm thinking, you ain't got a quarterback?
I know.
In year 6, coach?
Yeah. No doubt.
What's happening?
That's what makes it rough. Hey, I'm as Lone Star Pride. I want any kind of Lone Star team in there. I don't care if it's Baylor. Okay, well,
I do.
I don't want
or TCU. No. Or Texas Tech.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them.
No Sand Aggies.
Those Red Raiders, they can stay out there where the wind blows.
So with the way that they pick these, with the top 6 that they have, so basically you're looking at a matchup at number 1 and 4, which is Alabama versus Oklahoma, and then number 2 and 3, which is Ohio State and Georgia. That's going to be the top 4 teams for playing for the national title. Then you have the other 4 games, which are selected out by the selection committee. They have the Rose Bowl, which they say is going to be Michigan versus Utah. Cotton Bowl is going to be USC versus Cincinnati. Sugar Bowl is going to be 2 Texas teams, A&M versus Baylor. And then the Orange Bowl, they have Clemson versus Notre Dame.
Which is stupid. They ought to put A&M and Baylor in the Cotton Bowl if they're doing that.
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was like.
I think it's just stupid people. These are stupid CBS people.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
So I had to go way down the list to find Texas. And basically, Texas is picked to play the bowl game that's ACC versus the Big 12. Which
that's the Apple Jacks cereal bowl.
No, it's not
game.
Apple Jacks anymore.
It's the
Cheez-Its Bowl.
The greatest snack of all time.
Close enough.
And they have...
as long as it's the hot ones, I'm cool with
that. Spicy Cheez-Its.
And so they have Texas play in North Carolina State.
Yeah. That matters about as much as...
Preseason AP pool.
Yeah, exactly.
So this brings
People
me
got
to...
too much time on their hands in the summertime is all that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Waiting for football to come back. Brings me to my next question. After looking at the AP poll and going over the bowl games, if it's not Texas and it's not Texas A&M playing for a national title, who do you feel or who do you want to play for a national title?
Nobody?
Want or what do we feel?
Yes,
that's
that's exactly right.
If it comes down to it,
who will and who's
we all want Texas or Texas A&M to be represented.
There's no doubt Alabama and Georgia are going to be right there in the top.
And Ohio State.
Ohio State will be number 4.
I don't even know if Ohio State. I think they'll be kicking right there at the door. I have no idea though.
They got that quarterback back again.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a baller. But he'll be up there in the Heisman race.
That's every year that you talk
and
about.
There's always a dark horse.
Yeah.
And why they picked Cincinnati last year prove why it's got to be Power 5 instead of Group of 5 garbage.
Oh no doubt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No,
if you got to go Group of 5, you got to go to 8 playoff or 12 playoff.
I'm going to say two of the 4 playoff teams are going to be SEC teams. That's what I'm going to say.
Always are.
Yeah. My pick is actually, if it's not Texas, I want Georgia to repeat.
And if there are 2 again, which there will be, these persons are going to go nuts and want to expand the playoff again.
No doubt.
And they should have last year. They should have done it last year. They had a chance and blew it.
Mm-hmm.
And so playoff needs to be 12, maybe 8, 12 for sure.
Yeah.
In my opinion. That's okay.
I want to see Georgia repeat. I don't know if they're going to because they had that monster day at the NFL draft where they lost 15 players on both offense and defense.
Well, they lost 6 first-round defensive players.
Yeah, because the Packers got one.
Built that program.
Who's their quarterback?
Stetson Bennett.
Again?
Yeah.
No, I ain't going to.
That's a cool quarterback name though, Stetson Bennett. But the thing they have going for them though is that
reminds me of a hat.
No, there is that. They have that offensive coordinator. What's his name? Todd Monken or whatever.
No idea.
I don't even know my own coaches at A&M. So I don't.
He's all right, but he's got the same problem that Jimbo Fisher has: is antiquated offense.
It is that, but
it's not a pass offense. It's run first. And yes, you got to run, but you better pass. If you don't pass, you ain't gonna win.
Yeah,
I know they did, but they did because their defense was
right
NFL defense.
And I don't think they're going to have that this year.
Quarterback question mark the entire time. Yeah. So you had no other choice.
But their quarterback was more efficient than Calzone.
Oh, no doubt.
Calzone.
Yeah.
Calzone.
Calzone. I'm telling you though, I think Ole Miss, I think they're way underrated. They'll probably be a top 10 team. I think they're going to be up there and they're going to ruin a lot of lives, just like Appalachian State has in the past.
I think SEC, I know they don't have the talent, but watch out for the Pirate. He's nuts, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. It's gonna be a fight. That's one thing I liked about A&M having these easy games to start off with, so we can try to find it. But that's Appalachian State, I'm telling you, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
All right, let's leave the picks in. Since we're here, let's go to picks.
Yep. We're at the point now since we're talking about scheduling. Let's run through that and then see.
First pick for A&M first week 9-3 versus Sam Houston State.
Yes.
If they don't win that game,
the season's over.
They may fire Jimbo on the spot.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's no.
You got to win that game.
Just roll them out there and run.
Yeah, whenever A&M shows up to play TVC, not TVC.
TVCC South.
Sorry, Micah, if you're listening.
I'm a North Texas alum. Sam Houston State and Stephen F. Austin are curse words in my house.
There you go.
and then so they're going to win that one by 75. If they don't, that's a loss.
So we are going to go around. We are going to keep track of these, so that way at the end of the season, when we're still doing these podcasts, we can see who is the best.
Is everybody picking Sam Houston then to lose to A&M?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to take
A&M wins.
That's what I thought. And then the first game for the Longhorns, UNC Louisiana Monroe, which is coached by Terry Bowden, by the way, just in case you didn't know that.
There you go.
And
it's like
Texas has to win that one.
It's like TVCC Terrell.
Yeah, it's pretty close. So I think is everybody going for Texas on that one?
Yeah,
it's at Texas, and it's also after a 5-7 season. They're going to come out nasty.
I hope so.
Well, Sark said we're going to try to score on the first play of the game.
Every game.
I want to see that.
They do it every game. They do it.
Well, is that not what you try to do?
Well,
no, you go out and try to fumble it on the first round.
The ball off or
not try to score.
I mean,
if you hand it off to Bijan, I'm pretty sure he's gonna.
All right, week 2 versus A&M is App State, and Brett says, "Watch out, be careful."
Oh,
it's a trap game.
You got to tread lightly. Game. Yeah, you got to tread lightly.
App State beat who? They beat a couple years ago. They beat somebody big. Michigan
in 2007. 2007 Michigan.
No, they're way more recent.
But there was somebody else recently too.
I mean, they played some top 25 contenders and knocked them out first.
I feel like they beat Georgia Tech.
I can't even remember.
Georgia Tech. Come on, people. Georgia Tech had been good.
I want to say it was like Tennessee.
The year their car driver in 1930,
probably be a good guess.
I was thinking it was Tennessee, and they knocked Tennessee out or something. I can't even remember what it was, but I remember they went in idle, not taking the game serious, and they got punked out.
Yeah.
And that is a beautiful stadium, by the way. That's a really cool place to play. But A&M will top it. They'll win.
They will. Everybody pick for A&M on that one for sure.
Easily.
Mm-hmm. Now comes the fun one.
All right. This leads us to the second one for Texas. Texas against Alabama. Texas loses by at least 14.
I was going to say 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
We'll say 2.5.
I think an improved defense. I think a Sark wanting to win. I want to tell you this, and I heard this on the radio last night. I thought this is it. They've had the injuries we already talked about with Angelau and also Nayor, which is a wide receiver. Injuries happen in the preseason because they're preparing for that tough first game they got coming up. But you're taking on Alabama. You want to put them on notice. You want to put the world on notice. And,
if we could come in and sweep that game out from underneath under Alabama, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen, though.
Yeah.
You can't expect to win that game.
No,
you
it's going to be a dogfight.
David versus Goliath mentality, and if you can just be competitive,
Bo Davis is going to have them fired up, baby, to hold on the line.
Is that going to be in Austin, or are they going?
It's at Austin at 11 the stinking clock. Yeah. Ooh, Fox screwed that one up, didn't they? Fox had the choice, and they chose it, but they didn't put it at 7 o'clock at night. They put it at 11 in the morning.
Well, I mean, you're picking a 5-7 team from last year. That's like picking ULM. playing Alabama at this
But
point.
it's Sark, man. You
But-
got to know he's going
but-
against his old boss.
Texas has to come out and prove that they're not that team.
Yeah.
They have to. And they got home field advantage. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
But I'm going Alabama big.
Oh, yeah. We got. So is everybody going with Alabama?
Alabama by
Alabama.
10 points.
As much as it pains me to, it's like a head and a heart kind of situation.
Oh, it is. Always.
Yeah, I'm going to go Alabama though.
All right, week
Dude.
one. Now let's go back to regular picks for other people. Week one, because we're going to pick also major games for the year for the week. The week one kickoff classic Chick-fil-A at Atlanta,
Ooh,
Georgia is
Chick-fil-A.
Oregon versus Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon's got a whole new coaching staff. Oregon's got a whole new setup.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough for them to beat at Atlanta. I wouldn't want that game.
doubt.
I feel like that Oregon's got a lot to prove though, so they're going to come out hard and heavy with that
The
new
very
staff.
first game?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
playing Georgia.
I think
They lost their
Georgia.
head coach.
I think
No.
I think Georgia rolled by 20.
Oh, I think it'd be bigger than that.
You think so?
I think you could come
I'm
up and
being
just
sweet.
steamroll.
I'm being
it.
sweet, man.
I'm trying to be nice. I didn't say any other bad words.
Well, it's like I said earlier though. Georgia's, I don't know. To me, there's some spots that are question marks because of the amount of guys that they lost in the draft. That they basically have unproven guys in those key
So
positions.
are you picking Oregon?
I'm gonna go. I'm
Stick
gonna
with
go
it.
against the group. I'm gonna pick Oregon.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm picking Georgia by 21.
Yeah. See, we're all picking a steamroll.
Yeah.
And so the second game, the first week, second game to watch out for is the 2:30 game. I think is Notre Dame at Ohio State. Man,
Yes.
what a game!
That's gonna be a good one.
If
Irish
not a
versus
game
some
for
beans.
this year, it's a game for history.
No doubt.
I
No
think that
doubt.
one's gonna be a slugfest.
Gosh,
I think I'm going to go Ohio State just because Notre Dame, they have a first-year head coach in Marcus Freeman. I think he's going to do great things, but Ohio State's more proven. They got a proven guy at quarterback, C.J. Stroud. Ohio State by 10 points.
Are they playing at home?
yes.
At
Ohio State is.
So Ohio State by 10.
I'm gonna say Ohio State.
I'm gonna say Notre Dame's schedule is exactly like field goal post. They pay somebody okay
first,
or good at the beginning and at the very end, and all during the middle, it's trash. So Notre Dame
A&M schedule
is going to no, definitely not A&M schedule. A&M's one of the toughest schedules out there. Notre Dame is going to get
Preseason
thrashed again. I'm going to. It's not an Oregon thrashing, but it's going to be a multiple score game. They're going to lose to Ohio State.
So everybody's going Ohio State.
Yep, that's what I got.
Yep.
All right.
Daggum Buckeyes. I hate talking about that.
And then,
Ohio State University.
all right, week 2 for our national picks. While everybody else is eating cupcakes along the way, Oregon plays another monster. They're playing at Ohio State for week 2.
What a matchup.
As much as it pains me to say this, I know my buddy Andy, hopefully he's listening, Andy up in Central Baptist Church in Amelia, Ohio. I'm going to have to pick his bucknuts for that one. That's Ohio State.
Ugh. Well, I really think that's going to be an answer week. Okay, I'm going through puberty. Oregon, they're going to get blasted. They're going to get hammered, but they're going to come out with a brand new set of uniforms. They're going to walk on that field, and I think they're going to take it. They're going to.
They do have some rocking uniforms.
They always
always do.
They got some sweet. They got some sweet
When you're
ones
backed
over
by
there.
Nike, you can pick whatever.
No
you
doubt.
want.
You
They
got
a whole
14.
shelf.
I don't know how many they got. There's way too many.
Last year they had like 7 or 8.
Well, then you can mix and match them. But yeah, they're going to come out. They're going to look slick in those uniforms, and I think that it's going to be like it's going
Wow.
to be a nail biter. But I think they're going to come out.
Again?
They're going to beat OSU.
Again?
They're going to do it.
2 years in a row.
They're going to do it.
So
Wow.
you're picking Oregon.
I'm picking Oregon,
All
not
right.
because you did.
So y'all not gonna give him grief about picking Oregon for against Ohio State, but you're gonna give me grief
I did.
about.
I said 2 weeks in a row. I mean, really.
I'm going to do it.
I say Ohio State by 14.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you're not.
Oregon's going to lose with some class because their uniforms are classy.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take that.
All right, we're gonna make it 2 weeks. I'm going Oregon.
Okay. We'll give you some love.
You got
All right. I
two-
joined DJ's crew over here.
All right.
Live by the sword, die by the sword, right?
Herb Street and Lee Corso
That's
over
it.
here.
That's it. Where's the head?
I need the
Next
duck head.
time, by our next podcast, we'll have some high school football ready to go, and Edgewood will be playing their first game against Commerce, and we'll see how that pans out. And Edgewood volleyball is looking pretty good right now. They won the USIS tournament, I know,
Man,
and a
winning.
couple other things.
Big
So they're
time.
playing pretty good. So shout out to the Bulldog volleyball team, and hopefully the football team will follow suit.
Keep working hard, man. Y'all are looking good. Starting off the year good. let's go football team. I hope you can get out there and just start with some good punches, man. Get out there with offense and just go after them fellas. I think we can have a good start to the year. And then our girls and our junior high volleyball squad, they're just getting going and gearing up, but we're going to be following you girls too.
We're going to create our own little church guys section at the games, aren't we?
I think so.
I'm down.
And,
Let's do it.
Chant for them.
I definitely think we should get their heads printed out like they hold up in the stands.
Like they do at college games.
You know what would be a good idea? Maybe one of these days when they're not in school, maybe a Saturday or something, when they're not busy, we could have them on the podcast. You know?
That would be
a
awesome.
little interview.
We can do that.
Hey, call in right now if you want to do it. Call in right now and we'll get it set up.
There you go.
My phone's not ringing.
They're at school.
I also want to shout out before we move on to the last segment to the Edgewood Youth Sports Association, the football team. They're everybody's gearing up. Our first game will be Saturday against the other Purple and Gold Bulldogs in Eustis.
Oh, my.
There you go.
There you go.
Dog on dog.
Yeah. And flag football's kicking off. We
Yep.
got Dax starting off his week 1 this Saturday as well. We're going to go. We got an appointment to go. Have a sonogram in Rockwall at like 7 in the morning. And then
Gross.
we got to go to Emory to go to the football game. Starts at
So you're going to drive
10.
from one side of
It's gonna
Texas
be
to the other.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Good planning.
A lot of fun and exciting things, man. I'm pumped up. I'm excited.
Heck yeah, I'm ready for football to get going.
While we're giving out shout outs, I'd like to give a shout out to a fellow podcast group up in Oklahoma, Coffee Time, Coffee with Phil and Jim. Phil Haberzaddle is always a great one to listen to, and I know they got that going on up there in Oklahoma. So, man, good on her.
All right, go ahead. I even I'll share it up there with the Boomer Sooners. They might drink their coffee cold, but hey, we're here for you. Thank you guys.
For our last segment, we typically want to bring some Christian aspects to this podcast as well. So in this last segment, we're going to be talking about a controversial issue that has happened in the Keller ISD school district. Basically talking about a book review that the school board is conducting. And one of those books that they pulled out to review and possibly ban, they haven't banned it yet, but it's up for review, is the Bible. So what are your thoughts on that?
Man, well, it's going to be hitting everywhere. You always think of the state of Texas going to, do the right thing, be the conservative Christian Lone Star state of the union and stuff. But, every time you look at that map, all the big cities, that blue is getting bigger and bigger. They're trying to change things the way that they vote. And Keller's right there on the outside of that big blue dot.
That's true.
So it's tough because that overflow of that blue just keeps running out. It's something that I think is just going to be the new normal. It's just sad and upsetting.
Well, I don't know, man. This world's getting crazy. I think there was like a total of 41 books that they're not banned yet, but they're going through like a review process to see.
They should ban some of them.
Oh, I mean, they should for sure. But I mean, books like the book of the Bible, I don't know, man. It's just it's aggravating, and like I can feel my blood boiling right now. So I can't put into words exactly.
Should probably get that checked out.
I probably should. It's probably high blood pressure or cholesterol, something. I don't know. But I mean, we see it every day. Something pops up on the news where you think it can't get any more crazier, and it continues to spiral and makes me.
But that's our responsibility, though. We can't just give up. We got to take the fight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To the streets as well and do what's right and make sure they know that is a wrong decision, even though the few minority people are against it.
Yeah.
As the preacher on this podcast group here, I think it's right for me to chime in here. And,
no doubt.
Am I surprised? I'm surprised it happened here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it happened here
I'll
instead
agree.
of somewhere else. Why didn't, you'd expect this kind of stuff in California or New York. Maybe it's not even already there. Maybe it's already out of there.
it might be.
The Bible is the most controversial book, even though it's the most popular book, even though it's the most best-selling book. Its controversy is because, first of all, it does call out wrong.
Exactly.
It does.
Accountability.
It does expose everyone as being a sinner.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem with people. People don't like to be told they're wrong.
No
They don't
doubt.
like to be told that. But the great news about the Bible is it tells people that there is a way. Amen.
Yes.
It tells
Hey,
people that
exactly
there is a
right.
way of escape, and what a picture that it does bring. It brings hope. And so, in the midst of all the garbage going on in our world, to remove the Bible and give somebody an opportunity just to maybe have their eyes opened from reading it as a piece of literature, taking out a section for memorization or whatever it may be. For a school to remove one of the actual good things really just shows a picture of where our society is really at.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think a great verse just kind of go with that is 2 Timothy 4:3, and it says, "For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables." So essentially, they don't want to hear what you have to say. They basically want to live the way they want to live, and they don't want to listen to truth and what's right and follow that.
Well, and it's a historical document too, but they don't want to give it that credibility. Puts that for the credible sources for Jesus being documented after he was risen from the dead and everything else, as well as all the many times that archaeologists have said that this is credible and all their digs and everything else. But they'll say bad is good and good is bad. So
That's right.
That's just what's promised for what's right now.
And modern science is turned on its head at the moment.
It's total political. It seems like
It's crazy because the scientific method, testable, repeatable, provable.
Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking, when you've got a justice on the Supreme Court that will not answer the question, what is a woman?
Exactly.
What in the world?
Mm-hmm.
You just got to shake your head and go, come on, people.
Exactly.
Let's have some common sense about this, which is out the window.
Oh yeah.
That's
hard to find.
It's way gone at this point.
Rare for sure. Well, I know that we're wrapping things up, but I got one more article I want to share. Just perusing around on my sources here. Okay, it says Walmart expands abortion coverage for its employees in the wake of the Roe versus Wade decision. Unbelievable. That goes exactly back to having the Bible around for people to know what truth and not truth is. It's truth and false, and whenever you blur the lines, you make up your own truth. It's what's your truth and whatever. There is no doubt in science that at the moment of conception that this is a baby. No doubt. That is scientific.
Amen.
And you can test it. You can demonstrate it. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. This scientific method approves it. Okay. But this is ridiculous that Walmart employees are going to get their coverage for getting an abortion.
And what that means is, if you're in a state that's outlawed abortion, such as Texas or Mississippi or a couple other states that have already done that, they're going to pay for them to leave the state to go to a state that does it and pay for it there and then pay for it back. For them, it's purely a business decision. It's cheaper for them to do that than it is for them to cover maternity leave.
Exactly.
Or whatever along the way, or lose a worker.
And another way that they can cover it, they say that when there is a health risk to the mother, rape, incest, ectopic pregnancy, miscarriage, or lack of fetal viability, well, they also will talk about the mother, and that is so much latitude on that they can say the stress of the economic future on this mother is enough. So then it's just contraceptive.
I got economic stress. I'm not a mother.
Oh, no doubt. I know that's
Don't
right.
we all?
I think I'd have a little more stuff. I was a mother. Shout out to moms. Hello.
It's just getting ridiculous. We, on that same lines, my wife and I, we were watching TV the other night, and this commercial comes on for pregnancy tests, and it starts off where it shows a girl in college taking a pregnancy test, because you can tell she's in college. She's sitting on a dorm room. She's got State College on a flag behind her.
Shows her taking a test. That's disgusting.
No, it doesn't show her taking a test. It shows her waiting on the results, and then it pans over to this office executive who's doing the same thing. She's waiting on her results, and basically at the end of this commercial, you can tell it was well, the first two didn't want to be pregnant, and then it shows a mom who. There's this little blurb at the end of the commercial. They've been trying for years and years and years to get pregnant, and then it finally happens.
Yeah.
And my wife was just completely disgusted by that, because they show that you're going to commit the act, but you don't want the consequences from said act. And so,
it's only baby if you want it to be baby.
You can say
exactly.
that.
Hey, and to tie this back into sports, y'all remember the Doritos commercial in the Super Bowl where they had the baby inside, they're on the sonogram and they're holding that Doritos bag, and they toss that baby.
Awesome.
Hey, pro-life Doritos at Super Bowl ad. I love it.
I don't think that was their intent.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't their intent. But it was a good commercial, though.
Ways.
Made me buy more Doritos.
I like the purple Doritos. Okay, the spicy chili, whatever.
Ugh, gross. I don't like those
Never
at all.
tried them.
Ugh.
Just the plain ranch Doritos. You can't beat those. It's so good.
I just like to eat bottle of ranch.
I think that about wraps us up for the week.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of information.
Thanks for listening, guys.
If you've made it this far, you should get an award.
Amen.
At least a jewel in your crown in heaven.
Hello. Shout out to those.
All right, so we're going to call it a wrap. Thanks for listening.
Peace out.
Hey, this is Brett on the Church Guys podcast, coming in with a preview of NFL. Baby, it is coming. I love this time of year. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Hello, we're going to make our picks, okay? Just get your pencils ready. We're making picks of what is going to happen. Oh, it's so exciting. We're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and how they're going to take it all the way to the top, baby, the NFC East. And we're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers because they're going to be packing it up, heading to the locker room. That's right, DJ. Hey, we're going to do some projected records. We're going to talk about playoff spots. We're making our picks. Man, this is going to be so much fun. You got to tune in. You need to like and subscribe, guys. Come on, share us as much as you can. Tune in and hey, let's have some fun. Let's talk about sports and let's talk up some Jesus. Shine your light. We'll see you next time. Bye.